If you want to see more content like this, by the way, we're on Camp Street now. This is Charlotte Street. Out of Charlotte Street, looking behind me, looking west towards downtown. And this is Charlotte Street, looking east.
Oh, this is my day. I'm ready to take it on, come what may.
Yeah, today is April 28th, 2017, and we are on Durban Street. Right, that's Durban Street. And working west, Durban Street. So April 30th is tax day for me, and in Guyana that is. And what you're going to do today is to follow me while I go to turn in my income tax return. So I'm walking to the Guyana Revenue Authority on Camp Street, and we're going to do so on Durban Street and Camp Street. But what I want to talk to you today about is another one of the challenges that you have to deal with when you return to Guyana. And in the meantime, you can see that not much has changed on Durban Street in the last 20 years. And then again, some buildings have been modified and renewed, renovated. But most of them have the same original architecture that they had, when they were first constructed in the 20th century. So the problem I want to talk to you about today is mosquitoes. Mosquitoes and mosquito-borne diseases. So one of the challenges of living in the tropics and moving back to Guyana is dealing with mosquitoes. And to be honest, it was one of the most important fears that I had after living outside, say in New York or Toronto for almost 20 years. You know that once the winter comes, mosquitoes will be killed, removed, so they don't survive the winter, at least not from one year to the next. So one of the things I dreaded returning to Guyana was mosquitoes. How am I going to deal with mosquitoes? And it was not unfounded, because before I left Guyana in 1995, I had contracted a mosquito-borne illness, disease called filaria. And when I arrived in New York, it was in remission, but after a few months it started flaring up. So I went to the specialist and they couldn't figure out what was wrong, but essentially they knew that it was some kind of parasitic infection, and I got a very, very powerful experimental antibiotic that completely wiped it out. And so I never had a problem with it again for more than 15, almost 20 years. So I was dreading coming back to Guyana and developing or getting infected again by mosquitoes with filaria. And so it was one of my fears. But I managed to deal with it, and this is exactly how. What I'm going to do is explain to you how I managed to deal with my fear of contracting mosquito-borne diseases. First thing is preventing being bitten by mosquitoes. So turning on to Camp Street now. Come to the end of walk here in Durban Street. This part of the road has been closed off to traffic because of the prison and various attempts at breaking into a prison. Anyway, so the first thing I did was to try to prevent myself from getting bitten by mosquitoes. And that is, I started using mosquito nets as soon as I arrived. But it's important not only to go to sleep under a mosquito net, but also to wake up without mosquitoes. And that was the problem. I would wake up every morning and find there were still mosquitoes inside the net. And so I decided to implement a double net. I put one net over the other. So I used two nets over my bed, one inside the other, and that finally solved the problem. Mosquitoes that managed to get through the first net rarely ever managed to get through the second net. So that is how I deal with the issue of mosquitoes in the night. Second thing is, of course, to make sure that there's no standing water around the house or the apartment. And that, of course, you do by being vigilant and making sure that you empty and upturn any containers that might trap water. But the third and most important thing that I did was I decided to take a prophylactic medicine called Banacide. So you can buy this in the drugstores in Guyana. You can simply go in and ask for Banacide, and you take a dose of Banacide once every 6 months or so, once every year, and it's supposed to kill at least the filaria parasite that is borne by mosquitoes. And so this fear that I had of mosquitoes slowly dissipated. But that doesn't mean that I didn't contract a mosquito-borne disease. I did not contract filaria, but during the chikungunya epidemic, I managed to get bitten, and I knew exactly when it happened. It was in the daytime. I was traveling in a minibus somewhere on the East Coast, and once I got bitten, there was this bump on my forearm. And that's unusual because even when I get bitten by mosquitoes, there's no reaction. And so within a few days, I developed chikungunya. Severe joint pains all over my body. In fact, I ended up being in bed for a couple of days. Eventually it went away, but some of the pain lingered for months and months. And even to this day, after about 3 years, I still have some pain in one of my joints, in my finger, in fact in my forefinger, this finger. So I keep exercising it every day because I'm expecting it eventually will go away. But that was the effect of chikungunya. And while I don't know if I contracted Zika, there was a Zika epidemic in 2016, I wouldn't be surprised if I have, without even developing any symptoms. So this is the problem, that mosquitoes are a reality in the tropics, and you're going to have to lose your fear of them if you decide to move back here. And also you're going to have to find a way to prevent getting bitten, such as using a double net and using a prophylactic medication like panicide to kill parasites even before they have a chance to infect you. So that's how I deal with mosquitoes in Guyana. If you want to see more content like this, by the way, we're on Camp Street now. This is Charlotte Street. By the Charlotte Street looking behind me, looking west towards downtown. And this is Charlotte Street looking east out of the town. And I'm going to eventually do a walk around on Charlotte Street and on Durban Street. But for now, that's what's up, that's what's happening in Guyana, in my neck of the woods. If you want to see more content like this, click like and subscribe in the comments below. Tell me how you deal with mosquitoes and what other challenges you're afraid of in moving back to the tropics. I'll tell you if these are fears of mine and how I dealt with them. So, later!